Hey everyone, it's Haley, and this is going to be my deluxe ranking / review video for Season 39 Love Spectrum, our Pride season of the year. We've had 3 now, and this one I think is the best. A lot of other people thought it was the best as well. But we still have some bad stuff here. And yeah, we're starting with something bad actually, which is All or Nothing. The introduction of Cher. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just her voice. It's an iconic song, but I just can't stand it, honestly. I know most other people seem to hate it as well. It's not it. It hits my ears wrong. And the chart, it's meh. It has a lot of swipes in the choruses. Instead of doing, like, I don't know, jacks or something like they did in the standard, they kind of just did a swipe mania. They're not too awkward, but I don't like what they did. I mean, I can see why they did it and where they were going. I get where they were going, but I really don't love it, to be honest. I mean, as expected, the vocals are charted alright, but the vocals themselves are not alright, so yeah, this one just ended up being very mid. Definitely one of my least favorite songs of the season. But yeah, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, so let's get into it.
I've been standing out in the rain. I've been calling your name. Got that lonely feeling again. Calling out your name. Do you hear me? Do you want me? Baby, it's all or nothing now. Don't wanna run and I can't walk out. You're breaking my heart if you leave me now. Don't wanna wait forever. Who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you're fooling? Baby, it's all or nothing. Baby, it's all or nothing now. I've been trying to get to your heart, but I'm chasing shadows. We keep falling further apart. So near and you're so far. Do you care now? Do you know how? Baby, it's all or nothing. I don't wanna run and I can't walk out. You're breaking my heart if you leave me. Don't wanna wait forever. Baby, it's all or nothing now. Don't wanna run and I can't walk out. You're breaking my heart if you leave me now. I don't wanna wait forever. Who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you're fooling? Baby, it's all or nothing. Baby, it's all or nothing
Diamond Perfect.
Next, we have our first deluxe extreme of the season. We actually got 3 this time. First time in a long time we got more than 2. And it's Bizarre Love Triangle, our 3rd New Order song. And hands down our worst in my opinion. And a lot of people thought the same. It's just, the instrumental is too loud. It like blocks out the vocals almost, if that makes sense. It's just not properly balanced. I don't like it that much. I guess I don't hate it. but I kind of do. New Order had not missed yet with the song, so that's disappointing, but Crystal was, it was just an amazing song, really. And Blue Monday was also good, but Crystal is hands down my favorite. This is hands down my least favorite. And Blue Monday is just, it's really good, but not as good as Crystal as a song. So, but what's exciting is this is our first New Order Extreme. And honestly, I know a lot of people were kind of disappointed with it and thought it didn't deserve the Extreme label, which is fair, but I think it actually turned out pretty fun. It's kind of copy and paste from the standard with the jacks and the instrumental and stuff, but it's got some fun staircases. There's not a lot of deluxe mechanics, actually. I think there's only 2 rail holds and 2 diagonal swipes. And that's the part where they just decide to move from charting the instrumental to only the vocals, which is super weird. I mean, I guess it kind of balances the chart a little bit, but the song is not balanced enough to do that, I feel like, and it's just not the best, but it's gonna go forgotten by me, but it turned out decent, so let's get into it.
Every time I think of you, I feel a shock right through the bug all through. It's no problem of mine, but it's a problem to find. Living a life that I can't leave behind. There's no sense in telling me the wisdom of the fool won't set you free. But that's the way that it goes, and it's what nobody knows. But every day my confusion grows.
Diamond Perfect!
Next we have Intatha Dance, another EDM Deluxe Extreme. And it's a pretty good song. My favorite it's our third from the Neoluminum label. The others being Soul Passivation and Encompass. Encompass is hands down my favorite song and chart-wise, actually. Probably for standard and deluxe. Actually, I don't know, but definitely for deluxe. That's actually still one of my favorite EDM songs of all time, I think. It's just amazing, and Soul Passivation was decent. But this one is still pretty good. It has a lot of character to it. It's got vibes. It's unique. And I'm pretty happy with it. Same with the chart. Again, just like Bizarre Love Triangle, I feel like it was a lot of copy paste from the standard at certain parts. And it's quite swipe heavy, but it's not too awkward. I like the jacks. The jacks do work well. And they added some cool elements that aren't in the standard. They almost charted it to its full potential. I feel like they could have made it harder, but it's alright. I mean, it did turn out pretty fun, and I could see myself returning to all of this season's Deluxe Extremes and the standard, but these two just aren't the most memorable, but they're still decent. So let's get into this one. Next we have Faith, I think is a small artist song. And I know a lot of people really liked it, or at least thought it was decent. But also a lot of people disliked it. And I'm one of those people, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't hit my ears right, just like the Cher song. It just doesn't hit my ears right. I mean, you might think it has a good beat, but I think it's just kind of generic and bland, and the vocals are just, I guess they're just weird. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the song, but I can see why other people are, I guess. We all have different taste. I mean, gotta understand. The chart, same thing. I really wasn't a huge fan. It was a lot of copy paste from the standard. And honestly, it's just, I cannot see myself ever wanting to play it again. Unfortunately. I'm so happy that I perfect sweeped it because I really don't want to play this again. But yeah, it's still not the worst hard chart in the world, certainly not. Just incredibly boring, and what I expected just didn't impress me. So, let's get into it anyway.
When he says to me, just have a little faith, just a little, that's when I believe it's worth the pain. You say it's worth the pain. When he says to me, just have a little faith, just a little, that's when I believe it's worth the pain. Oh, it's worth the pain. It's worth the pain.
Diamond Perfect.
Next, we have an iconic song, and a good one, finally. It's I Want to Dance with Somebody. I am surprised we didn't see this song sooner, or Whitney Houston in general, actually. Obviously, an iconic classic. I don't know anybody who dislikes it, it's just so much fun to listen to. And this chart ended up really fun as well. It's not a super challenging deluxe hard. I sight read it, but I had to record a read DP because I got an input bug right at the end on my sight read. Like at the last hold, the second last note or something like that, which was annoying, but it's not hard to diamond perfect, so, and it's a fun one. Lots of swipes, hold swipes, the vocals are charted beautifully, and it's just incredible overall as a song and a really solid, well-flowing chart. I think they did like doubles or something. I mean, the most memorable parts, regardless, are the swipes and hold swipes that go with the vocals. And I don't know if I would call them swingy rhythms, but, you know, like spinning. They charted that part really well in the standard. The swipes fit with the lyrics spinning. And same here, plus lots of others. So this one turned out very fun. Very easy, but very fun, and fits well with such an iconic banger. So, let's get into it.
Clock strikes upon the hour, and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. I'm gonna ride up till now. It's the light of day that shows me how. And when the night falls, loneliness calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Somebody who loves me. Somebody who to hold me in his arms. I need a man to take a chance on a love that burns hot enough to last. So when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. With somebody who loves me. Don't you wanna dance? Say you wanna dance. Don't you wanna dance?
Next is the deluxe normal of the season, and rightfully so, London is Lonely. This is a very slow song, very boring, very chill. It gives off Billie Eilish and a little bit of Ariana Grande. It's just too slow. I'm not a fan of it, but it's certainly not the worst I've ever heard. It's not like super depressing. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not one of those love songs that I just can't stand. It's just not good. It's not terrible, I guess. And the normal was, I know a lot of people found it boring, but I bet that's because of the song. I just try to pay attention to the chart, even if I hate the song or am not really interested in it. And they both ended up being solid normals, in my opinion, actually. This one possibly could have been like a super easy hard chart, but it's really slow, so I think it's best that they made it a normal. It starts out with I want to say rap parts, but that's the only word I can think of. It starts out with little triplets and stuff. Well, not combined in something like Faith, but, 3-note bursts. Like a pattern of 3 notes and one on the right lane or something like that. You'll see it. And the swipes are really solid as well. They charted the vocals pretty nicely. Because one thing I can give this song credit for is, even if I don't like it, it does have the type of vocals that could be charted really well and flow really nicely. And it actually ended up being a pretty good deluxe normal. Probably not my favorite, but I do like it as a chart. Although I have to mention, I got a 3 or 4 perfect sight read because I don't know if I was just bored with it or what, because it's such a slow song, but it feels like the vocals are off sync. You want to tap earlier than you're supposed to. It's really weird, but I guess that's not a huge complaint. They felt fairly on my second try DP here. And yeah, it's a really solid deluxe normal regardless. Let's get into it.
Started feeling like I'm living in the upside down. I haven't seen you in forever and I don't know how. And I've been smoking and staying out too late. But I've got good intentions, babe. Started feeling like I see you in the rush hour crowd. But when I catch you and a stranger on the underground. But something's missing. I got an empty space. And something's different when you leave my place. So I'll try not to say what I mean when I call you up. And I'll try not to think of the distances between us. And it's so good when we dance all night. And I swear that I'd be alright. But it's getting harder and harder to reach you. And London is lonely without you. Any minute now I swear I'm gonna lose my mind. So many people, it's so easy to get lost sometimes. And this winter is going on too long. Though it don't snow here, it stays pretty cold. And I miss your warmth. So I'll try not to say what I mean when I call you up. And I'll try not to think of the distances between us. And it's so good when we dance all night. And I swear that I'd be alright. But it's getting harder and harder to reach you. And London is lonely without you. So will you stay? 'Cause I'm oh so sick of this place. Feeling way too big. And nothing can hold me like you do. London is lonely, so lonely. I'm lonely without you. 'Cause I'm oh so sick of this place. Feeling way
Next we have Patum Patum, our second Kylie Minogue song in the game. Funnily enough, her first was in last year's Pride season, which was Can't Get You Out of My Head. It was way too slow and boring for me. I did not like it. But this one I actually think is decent. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bad. It's decent. It's for sure decent. It has a unique vibe to it. And the standard was actually a good normal chart. And this deluxe hard here was... I mean, I didn't sight read it because some of the synths or whatever are just kind of tricky. But yeah, I got it second try, I think. It's a fun one. Just like the normal, it's got some swipes and doubles. And they also added some triplets to go with the background beat, which is cool. And a very small speed up, I think, around the beginning of the final stage. So that was a bit surprising, but I'm glad they charted this even better than the normal. So let's get into it.
You look like fun to me. You look a little like somebody I know, and I can tell you how this ends. I'll be in your head all weekend. Shivers and butterflies. I get the shivers when I look into your eyes, and I can tell that you're all in, 'cause I can hear your heart beating. I hear it and I know. I know you wanna take me home. And get to know me close. When your heart goes. I hear it and I know. I know you wanna take me home. And take off all my clothes. When your heart goes. This place is crowded up. I think it's time for you to take me out this club. But we don't need to use our words. I wanna see what's underneath that t-shirt. Shivers and cold champagne. I get the shivers every time you say my name. And I can tell that you're all in, 'cause I can hear your heart beating. I hear it and I know. I know you wanna take me home. And get to know me close. When your heart goes. I hear it and I know. I know you wanna take me home. And take off all my clothes. When your heart goes.
Diamond Perfect.
Okay, next we have the standard extreme of the season, so our Extreme to Extreme Deluxe, Rainbow Rave Parade. I was not too sure about this song at first, but once I got to listen to the whole thing, it's honestly a pretty cool song, and it's a Monster Cat song, which is cool. We haven't seen that since season 28, I don't think. The tour pass that was actually Monster Cat themed. And I don't think it's as good as Thrones of Blood, but I do really like both. They're definitely way different. Thrones of Blood is like metal and EDM mixture, and this is like rap and EDM mixture, or like hip hop. But just like Thrones of Blood, I've never heard anything like it. But I kind of dig it. It's a cool song. It's got a lot of character and uniqueness to it. And same with the chart. This actually ended up being possibly one of my favorite EDM extremes in the game. At least the standard. Which is rare these days, it seems, but I mean, maybe not Swamp Thing Standard was one of my favorites too, but still, you don't get that every season. You don't get a super memorable one all the time, but this one was. And I've come back to the deluxe as well. It's a unique one. At first I thought it was too swipe heavy, but once I got it down, I thought they're actually kind of satisfying, if not just the slightest bit awkward, but not a huge problem. We've certainly seen much worse. And I thought the down swipes during the 16ths and the final stage were like the worst, but they're really not bad once you get them down. The jacks, however, I think in stage 2 or 3, I can definitely see why they did them. They do fit with the song, but they just don't feel good to play, honestly. Plus, you've got that awkward tap right after each burst of jacks in one lane, by the way. And then you've got just a regular sized note on a separate lane. So you got to really make sure you're using the right finger/thumb there. It tripped me up a lot at first, but I ended up getting the DP on video, and it only took me like 3 to 5 attempts. By the way, this is actually my first Tour Pass Deluxe ranking video to have all Diamond Perfects. So that was a big deal, especially with a 3 Deluxe Extreme season. But it just wasn't a super difficult season, so still a big deal though. And yeah, I also like what they did with the rail holds. This one is a bit hold ticky. I have gotten hold ticked on it when it was supposed to be a re-DP, but gladly not before my original DP. And you just gotta be careful with it, and it's a really fun one. I appreciate the 16th speed ups and all of that, just like in the standard. And they took away those awkward Swamp Thing staircases, which I am also happy about, because they can be satisfying to play, but they're a pain to get all perfect plus. And yeah, the ones they did here are just much better. I liked both charts. Probably still prefer the standard, but this one is good too. So let's get into it.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's the sound. Everybody get down. Everybody feel it, come around.
Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's the sound. Everybody get down.
Next is Tiny Dancer, another Elton John song, our third one, I believe. Obviously, this one is a classic and a really good one, although a remake of a song we already have in the game, Hold Me Closer. Or no, this is the OG Hold Me Closer. My bad. Hold Me Closer is a remake of this. And Hold Me Closer is also the lowest note count song. It was the lowest note count normal when it got released, the standard. And it's still super boring. It's still one of the lowest. It has 188, I believe. So yeah, it's very low. And this one, actually the normal was a lot better than Hold Me Closer. It had some good swipes and piano and stuff like that. And same here. I love the way they charted the vocals, the piano. Even at the end, it's got like some rail holds with jacks that might trip you up. It did on my sight read. You gotta be careful with those. But they are super satisfying to go with a super iconic song. And I really enjoyed this one. I could actually see myself returning to it for the song and chart, which is rare for hearts. Although it's not too challenging, I could see myself returning for fun occasionally. So, let's get into it.
Dancing in my hand. Jesus freaks out in the street, handing tickets out for gone, turning back. She just laughs. The boulevard is not that bad. Down on my hand, he makes a stand in their auditorium, looking on. She sings the song. She knows, June she hums. But oh, how it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you. And you can hear me when I say softly, slowly. A tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of landing. You had to miss the day today. Hold me close, a tiny dancer. The headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had to miss the day today. Hold me close, a tiny dancer.
Diamond Perfect.
Alright, so that's going to wrap it up. A good Pride season, definitely a step up from season 21. And possibly better than season 6, but I'm still undecided, honestly. It was a good / really decent season regardless. And I hope you all enjoyed it too, as well as this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.